Hello, and welcome to Alienate UK. Please put all questions in caps and start with an emoji. With your hosts, Andy and Nicole.
Let's go.
Hello, welcome to this week's Alienate UK with my co-host Nicole Shivatone. I'll do your full name today, don't know why, just come out.
Because it says it. Why am I the only one who has a full name?
I don't know. You are the only one.
All right, forget that.
So, just want to welcome our guest, Angela Harris of South Coast Ghosts. Thank you so much for coming on. And it was great to meet you in Bridgewater once we realised who each other was. We was literally sat next to each other, or
next to each other. Yeah.
Right next to each other, and we didn't realise that we actually knew each other.
Not till the lights went up at the end. It's like,
about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So. And Paul didn't out, did he? Because he was sat there and he knew both of us because we'd been chatting to him earlier. Said nothing, just left us to it. So no, it's all good. So thank you so much for coming on.
All right.
Anyone with any questions, please do put them in caps. Please do start with an emoji, or they will get lost in the void, because the comments just scroll through. So if they don't stand out, we ain't gonna see them. So
we'll try to catch them, but no guarantee.
No. So just before we do start, we are back on Friday with Daniel Lee Barnett. He's coming on. We're only doing an hour show. He's going to be talking about the documentary that's released in the cinemas across the UK. So he's confirmed all that today. That's 8:30 till 9:30, so 3:30 till 4:30 EST. Oh, that's it. So yes, thank you for coming on. So you are or do South Coast Ghosts.
That's right. Yep.
How did you get started in the paranormal? What was it that enticed you?
I think it goes as far back as when I was a little girl. I'm not sure how old, maybe 10 or something like that. And I remember we used to have this big old Quality Streets tin, and it was full of the little cards that you got in. I don't know, I probably weren't cigarette cards, but that kind of thing, the little ones.
Yeah.
And they had all different sort of pictures on and descriptions. And I would always pick out the ones that were like the weird and wonderful things that had like the Marie Celeste and the Bermuda Triangle and pictures of ghosts and the Loch Ness Monster and all that kind of stuff. And I'd sort of gather all those and I'd just sit there and look at them and read them and just think, I just want to know the answers to these things. It's just because it's all kind of speculation and stories. I just found them interesting. And then I suppose I've sort of grown up being interested in anything weird and wonderful and crystals and anything like that.
Yeah.
And then in 2012, I met Darren, and he started South Coast Ghosts back in 2007 because he's always been interested in the paranormal since he was like a really little boy. And at first he didn't tell me about it, because when we met, I was going to church, and he thought church people and ghosts don't mix. So he wasn't going to mention it. And then the one day that he did, he thought, oh, I'm going to have to tell her. And so he told me, and I don't think he expected me to go, oh, that's interesting. And he was like, oh, hooray. And then he just sort of got me into everything from there, really.
Cool.
So how does that work with the church and the religion and the ghost thing?
Well, I didn't really stay around long enough at the church to find out, to be fair. But yeah, I don't think some of them take too kindly on. I know they have like the Father, Son, the Holy Ghost, but then when you go into like the, I don't know, the scary kind of ghosty things where you go looking for them, I don't think they like that too much.
No.
Yeah.
See, I've always found that strange that when a lot of the investigations I go do, like local to where I am, are cemeteries or graveyards that consist or did consist of a church of some sort. So it's kind of ironic, really, isn't it? Why are they doing it?
Yeah.
It is, because, you know, if you think about it, like people get visitations from like the saints or whatever. I'm like, they're dead, they're ghosts.
Yeah, and angels and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. I'm not sure where it goes wrong, really. But yeah, so I didn't stay very long with the church. I was like, no, I'm going this way. This is more interesting.
So out of all the places that you've been investigating, which was the most captivating?
Ooh, I think I've got a couple. One of them is Wimmering Manor, which is in Portsmouth. That's literally down the road from me. I think that's supposed to be the oldest house in Portsmouth. And yeah, it's definitely haunted. I've had some strange encounters there. Some days you go in there and it's fine. It's just like a normal house. And then other times I've been there, and like the main big hall downstairs where you got the stairs on each side to go up, sometimes you just don't want to go in there because it's like it just feels wrong and scary. And then but you have to go up there to go to the toilet, so you have to be brave. And that was one of the places where I built a room on the, I think it was on the first floor. There's a few of us in there, and I can't remember what, I think they were doing some calling out or something, and I was just standing near the back against a table, and then I realised that I couldn't move away from the table. I was just sort of leaning, and I was trying to move forward and walk to the group, and every time I sort of did that, I was just getting pushed back against the table, and I was like, okay, this isn't supposed to happen. And then I just sort of let them carry on for a bit, and then I just sort of Darren, help. And I said that I was just stuck and I couldn't move. So he came over, and I can't remember what he said, but he just asked whoever it was to like leave me alone. And I remember I just felt like whoop, and I just popped forward. So I thought, well, that worked.
Oh, so did you feel anything like pulling you or pushing you or pinning, like stopping you from moving, or was it just like I suppose not so much a feeling, but because I've had that where I was sat in a chair and I couldn't get up, but it didn't feel like there was anything on me stopping me. I just physically could not move.
Yeah, it's more like sort of resistance of trying to move forwards, and I was just pinging back again. More like that. It didn't feel like anyone was pushing me backwards or pulling me. It's just that I couldn't move forwards.
Right. Did you do any investigating after that and see if you could find out who or what it was?
I think we had a break right after that. We just needed to sort of calm down, go and have a coffee. And then I remember being sort of reluctant to go back in that room for the rest of the night. And then on a subsequent investigation, I was I want to go in that room, but I don't want to go in that room. But then it felt completely different the next time I went in there, and I was like, no, it's fine today. But I don't know who it was or what the reason was. Although Darren said it was likely sort of picking on me because he was like such a strong character and strong spirit that it couldn't get to him. So it was using me as like the closest person to him. Yeah, thanks for that.
Makes sense.
So,
especially if you're already if you're already a little scared or nervous, you know, it's easier to kind of latch onto you.
Yeah, I think so.
So, have you been back since and had anything similar to that, or anything different?
Yeah, I have been back there since, but I've never had since then. I haven't had anything sort of personally happen to me, anything sort of like that. But it has been still being a bit iffy.
Yeah.
Have you had experiences like that anywhere else, or just there?
I think the other place was Hellfire Caves. A similar thing happened. I can't remember which. I can picture it in my head, but I can't tell you whereabouts in there it was. But again, I was just leaning against something, and it was a similar sort of situation where I couldn't bring myself forward again. And then just Darren did the same thing. And I thought, this has got to stop happening to me. It's not fair. But I wasn't quite scared the second time. I thought, I've been through this once. I know it's going to be all right. And I think he actually caught it on video as well. Someone was filming, or he had a camera already set up, and I think it's on YouTube somewhere. Yeah.
Oh,
have you been doing anything? Have you been doing anything to like protect yourself when you go out since then?
Yeah, I sort of say a prayer of protection in my head, and I always carry some crystals with me, like black tourmaline. And it's just, you just have to have like the intention that you're being protected. I think that's the strongest thing, is just having the intention that nothing's going to hurt you. You're going to be fine.
We talk about that a lot, intentions, because that's, they're like, oh, are you
Well,
scared when you go out? Nope, because I don't intend to be scared.
Yeah.
But you know, that works for everything. I found that does actually, if you put your mind to it 100%, it does work. I'm not just saying it. It's like, not trying to sell it because there's nothing to sell. But
No.
it does work. It really does. And it wasn't until I started doing it on a daily basis that you don't realize the results from doing that as to what it was before to what it is now. I don't mean not everything. It doesn't work on absolutely everything, but 99% of whatever energy you're putting in, you'll get that same back.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. It's a very powerful thing. You've got to be sort of clear in your mind, and you've got to sort of really feel it as well. You can't just say it like throwaway words. It has to mean something, and then it'll be there. It will happen.
That's one of my favorite phrases, is fake it till you make it. And it's manifesting.
That's what we do.
Like,
that's what I'm doing now.
right?
Yeah, fake it till you make it, and wing it till you win.
Yeah.
Paul's just told me to let you know. Can you tell Angela I'm here?
Cool. So. Thank you.
Paul's here. And here is a link to your YouTube channel.
That's the one.
So how do you decide like where you're gonna go? What's your process?
Well, a lot of the events I go on are with Paranation. So I usually just see what's coming up there, and then I go to, I'd say probably about 75% of the ones I do each year. But generally, I like, I prefer older places like castles and prisons and things with like basements and dungeon areas and things like that. And then there's, sometimes you go with the reputation, but then sometimes a place has done like too much and you're expecting too much from it, and then it's like a big letdown. So you've got to sort of have a balance.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Can
have
I
places
just say-
like that we go to. It says crazy active, and we get nothing.
Yeah.
We went to Hadley Castle in Essex on Saturday night, stroke
Oh, yeah.
Sunday morning. Never been before, so there's quite a few of us. So there's me, Dan Winter, Vivian Powell, her husband
Oh, yeah.
Andy, David Young, his wife Jill, one of Vivian's friends. There's 7 of us in total, and we found there's not much castle left. You've got a tower at one end.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever been.
No.
It's between Rayleigh and Southend,
Oh, yeah.
so it's just past Basildon. And
Yeah.
so we're in there and we sat about. It's quite busy. There's quite a lot of people about. And we got into the tower bit and we didn't. Is it I can never say Estes experiment.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The
So
headphones.
there's 2 of us back to back with the headphones on. And one of the words, and me and this woman, we both said it at the same time. I think she's called Lisa. Shapeshifter. So like we did with blindfold on and the headphones in.
Yeah.
We did it. We got quite a few. Apparently got quite good feedback from it. Then David and Jill did it, and they was getting a lot of the same stuff.
Oh, right.
And then so we'd done that, and then we thought, right, we was chatting about what to do next. So we thought, right, we'll see if we can manifest a UFO.
Oh,
So
really?
we're overlooking the Thames estuary,
Yeah.
and I'll be as quick as I can. Sorry. And we was trying to think of like a place to do it. So we could see the planes coming in, going to Southend Airport and that.
Mm.
You can see because it's got the navigation lights and all that on it. But there's like one tree down at like the bottom. We're at the top end, like I said, where the tower was. There's this tree. So we all took seats and I stood up and having a walk about. And there's just this one bright light above the tree. And
Okay.
it wasn't getting nearer. It was getting brighter. It wasn't getting bigger. It seemed to be getting brighter and brighter. And we're like, this was about 10, 15 minutes. So we tried doing the manifestation. Like, yeah, nothing's happening. We just knock it on the head. We just sit here and chat and see if that brings anything paranormal. So we just seen this light, and then we all just kind of focused on it. And I'm like, I actually took my phone out of my pocket and I took a photo. Then I thought, right, I'll get another photo. And then I was showing them. I went, look, so zoomed right in, and there's no shape to it. You couldn't see a tail or wings or anything like that. I'll show you the photos in a minute. I'll upload them.
Yeah.
And so I got another quick photo just to compare it. And it got, at this point, this light was really, really bright.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, right, I'm going to get a couple more photos. Got my phone to do that, and the light just went, no, you're not. And there was nothing there. There was no cloud cover. It was a clear night. There was nothing had gone in front of it. And then you just seen it like flicker a little bit, just do that like a line, and then nothing was there.
Wow.
So and it was really,
How far away do you think it was?
well, about a mile maximum 1 mile, nothing more than that. And so these are the 4 photos. I just have to send them to myself on the computer. I'll do that. I'll upload them. And then, Nicole, if you just want to ask Angela the next question, will I do this? So I don't look ignorant. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're uploading it?
Yeah, I'm just getting them now. I've just had to send them to myself on WhatsApp.
All right. In the meantime, we have a question from South Coast Rich. Hi, Angela. Have you ever been followed home by spirits and or visited by the Men in Black or similar?
I can't say that I've ever been followed home myself, but I remember one time, I don't know, probably about 10 years ago. I can't remember where we'd been investigating, but me and Darren were in bed at night to sort of going to sleep, having a little chit chat. And then he randomly said to me, there's a woman in our bed. I'm like, well, yeah, I'm here. He said, no, there's another woman in our bed. I'm like, what are you talking about? And he said, yeah, she's been here a few nights. I'm like, okay. And he said it was a woman that had followed him home from an investigation. And I don't know if it was one that I'd been on, because I don't recall. But, yeah, someone had followed him home. But he managed to sort of like get rid of her, say, bye-bye, you're not supposed to be here. But, yeah, but I didn't feel a presence or anything or notice anything. But, yeah, so apparently there was 3 in a bed at once, but I don't remember that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Didn't get the invite. Right. Right, so I've got these images. So we have cleaned up. Sorry, go on.
I'm not sure what the Men in Black thing is apart from the film. But I haven't had any.
That's literally, it's like men in black suits, black hat, really pale, like featureless face. And
Okay.
they just like follow you about and literally
You get a visit.
They tell you not to tell anyone anything or you're in danger. And
Oh no, I definitely haven't.
Yeah,
had
or
that.
supposedly after you've had an encounter with like a UFO or an alien or a cryptid, they'll come up and like ask you a bunch of questions and then do the little beepy thing that like erases your memory.
Yeah. Okay.
Watch you.
Definitely not.
no. Right, so these are the images. These are the order that I took them. And so I've took the photo, I've zoomed in and I've cleaned it. So this is the first one.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if you look
That looks
at that,
like Finch guy's face.
Oh,
it's very much like that one. Look at the shape.
isn't it?
So there were no other lights on this. It was just this one bright light.
Yeah.
It wasn't, couldn't see it rotating. The light was stationary. Like I said, it's just getting brighter and brighter. Someone said, could it be like a Chinese lantern? But it was too bright to be anything like that.
Oh, yeah.
And then you would have seen, like, when it's gone out, you'd see a bit of smoke and that. Like I said, it's only probably about a mile away, so you would have been able to see.
Yeah.
That was the last one. And this was the one just before it dipped out. Are you ready for this? This one fascinates me the most.
Oh, yeah.
So if you look at that
Oh, that's weird.
compared to that one that I've seen, it's like a bullet. It's like a bullet head.
It is,
You can
isn't it?
see it goes to a point, and it's like I said, the light. You've got the shadow underneath, and the light's on the top. Now, the only that was a night when it was a full moon. It's supposed to be a blood moon, and it was more a bit really weak orange cardial colour. So it wasn't very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think it was. It definitely wasn't the reflection from the moon.
No.
Because this light, it was being emitted from whatever it was that was there. So I don't know what it was. There's no sound, but for it to just blink out, he's literally there and just went, "Nah, you're not taking any more photos. I'll give you a chance. You've got what you need. Start off now."
Because if it was something physical and like of this plane or whatever you want to say, it wouldn't just blink out.
No, and where we were stood, so you got so we're stood facing there. And we've got the Thames estuary adjacent to us, like at a 40-degree angle. So when we went and stood back up the steps near the entrance to the castle, we could see the planes coming in, and there's a couple that were quite low, and you could see even this was even dark, and you could literally see the writing on the side. You could see the lights inside the cabin and the little portholes. And it was that low down, you could see it. And this was probably around about the same height as what we see in this thing. It's just, obviously, it was further away.
Wow.
So, whatever it was, I don't know. But it was unidentified. So, I'm classing as a UFO or a ULO. ULO, unidentified light object.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I said there was no sound because all the other planes that were going past, they were making obviously they was making noises, but engines. But there's a railroad at the bottom as well. So when the trains were going past, you could hear them. Even though it was like in a bit of a dip valley, the sound was still coming up. So you knew. But then any vehicles or anything were going past, you'd hear it.
It was ball lightning.
So it was dust.
That is my favorite thing from the Osbournes show. You know, the one that they did with Jack showing them clips and everything. Ozzy just said, "It's ball lightning. It's ball lightning."
Yeah.
No matter what it was.
Really?
That was
Maybe one or two, but not all of them.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. I like. I'm not going to do the question yet, but I like the not knowing. I like guessing and getting it wrong. I like. It's also good to get it right now and again, but
you don't know that it's right. You'll never know it. You could have it 100% right, and you'll never know.
Yeah. Who is there to tell you yes or no?
Exactly. Because everything is just theories. So one person is just as right as the next person.
Yeah. It just might have more evidence. It still might not be right.
Yeah. So have you had any NFO encounters? Don't know what I'm talking about. Any UFO encounters?
I've seen lights in the sky that I sort of can't explain. It was, where were we? Somewhere in Dorset, I think it was, on a camping night, and it was late, and there wasn't a lot of light pollution, so you could see a lot of stars. And we just sat in chairs and like looking at the stars, and then after a few minutes, you can sort of see the ones which are not as bright, and a lot of them, we thought, oh, they must be satellites because they're just going across the sky like in a same speed and same sort of pattern. But then there was one or two where you think, oh yeah, that's another satellite, and it'll move across, and then it would just change direction. I'm like, well, I don't think they do that. They tend to just carry on going round. I was like, well, how can that be then? So it was like really high up, and all you could see it was like a tiny light, but it just changed direction and wasn't going the same way as everything else. I think that's the closest I've got to a UFO, or seeing a UFO.
Yeah, because we when we was at Rendlesham the other week or the other month, you could see a lot of, like you said, the tiny dots, and a lot of them are satellites. Yeah. They travel west to east.
Oh yeah.
Someone had a look online. It's like the majority of them are going that way. Every so often, you get one going south to north. Okay. You travel in certain things, but then as we're getting later on in the night, you get two that would look like there's going to collide. Then one would slow right down, the other would speed up, and then it'd go. It like didn't slow down to stop, but you could just about see it still moving. And as soon as this other one had gone past it, it sped up again.
Oh, that's interesting.
Like a cross section in the sky as well. That was weird.
Like traffic light. The lollipop man.
Yeah, there's something going on. We've got another question for you from South Coast Rich. Are you saying, thanks, Angela? That's good then. Finally, from me, have you ever investigated the former Haslar Royal Navy Hospital in Gosport?
No, I haven't been over there. I didn't know it was available for investigating, actually. I've heard about it, but I haven't been there. The only one I've done in Gosport, which I think is near there, is the is it Submarine Museum? No, the Explosion Museum. That's the one.
I don't know anywhere down there. So what was that like?
That was the first organised investigation I'd done. So that was about 12 years ago now, I think. And yeah, I didn't know what to expect. It was all a bit sort of scary because there was lots of people. I was like, oh. But, I think that was the first time I experienced a Ouija board as well. And I'd heard about them. And I remember them saying, you don't have to do it if you want. If you don't want to, you can just watch. And I was like, oh no, I'm not doing that. But then I watched them do it, and I thought, it's actually not as scary. There's not all these horror stories. Things don't go flying everywhere. But yeah, it was a good location. I remember
Yeah.
going in one room and just feeling sort of really upset, like I just wanted to burst into tears. And I think there's something to do with a woman that was in there, and she was upset about something. I think she'd lost a child or something. But
Yeah.
I remember that was weird because having not done investigation before, I didn't know what to expect. So sort of picking up on those feelings, I thought, oh, there's something in this. And yeah, I really enjoyed that. I really want to go back there as well, just to see if I get this sort of similar things or anything else.
Yeah. So would you consider yourself as an empath then, if you're getting the emotions when you walk into whatever? I was going to say a room, but it doesn't matter whether it's indoor or outdoor.
I think I'd say I am, but I only seem to pick up on sadness. I don't get any sort of like happy feelings, if there are them, or scared. It's just if there's sadness, then I can pick up on that, and I just want to cry. I don't know why.
Yeah, no, I've had that, but then I've had the happy side as well. There's another time me and Tim with meeting Alex and that we'd gone to Rendlesham, and we'd gone up to where the hangar's at, and I was like a child at Christmas. I was just dead excited. It was just one of the happiest moments ever. There is no reason why I was feeling like that. Nothing really happened. We didn't say anything. We had a couple like weird whispers and chattering, but nothing extraordinary. Nothing jumped out in front of us and went, look, this is what we are. There's nothing like that. I just got that really happy, oh my God, kind of feeling.
Those are the best. We've had one where we went to this one place and we could not stop. Like everybody was like goofy, laughing. It was like you were drunk. Like
nice.
And no reason. Yeah. We were all very serious investigators, all professionals, and everybody was just goofy as hell that night.
Wow.
But do you not
energy?
Yeah, that must be the energy that you're giving off, because even though we call it a haunting, it's called a haunting. It's not really a haunting, is it? It's just the energy of what's going on, whether it's negative, neutral, positive, regardless. So I think the energy that you give out kind of will react to what energy you get back.
Yeah. I think if you got negative people, they can sort of bring it down, can't they? So you need lots of good energy, lots of high energy, and then it brings everything. Yeah,
that was it. I couldn't think of the word.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's why I feel like it's so important to go out investigating with good people.
Yeah. I mean,
but it's like,
but not.
Yeah. But it's like when you go out on a night out, like drinking to a club or a pub and that, and say, don't go out if you're in the mood, because you have a drink, it's just going to bring you down and you're going to be all moody in that, and it's going to rub off on everyone else. So surely it's going to have the same effect when it's on Paranormal, where the energy is that it's a lot more enhanced and we don't actually know what it is or what's causing it.
Yeah. And sometimes it just sort of comes out of wherever you are as well. Like some places you go into, you can just feel that it's sort of heavy, and then that'll bring you down anyway. So if you go in sort of really positive, you've got less chance of like all going down, I suppose.
Yeah, well, I suppose you can like override that feeling if you go in with that higher frequency rather than a low one. Then if your frequency is more powerful than what's there, then surely you can, like I said, override it. But it doesn't always happen, because I'm not even going out doing an investigation, but just going around to someone's house or going to a building and that. I'm like, first 10-20 minutes I'm fine. Then about half an hour into it, 45 minutes, I'm getting really anxious. Like, I just need to go now. I can't hang about here anymore. I've got to go. And I've no reason. And I'm trying to think of an excuse as to why I've got to go. And I'm like, I can't think of anything.
Sometimes it's just like that gut feeling. Your intuition is telling you you don't need to be here right now.
Yeah, it's like you need to go home. I've not got no reason or anything as to why.
Yeah.
I understand that.
But sometimes you don't know the reason, like unless you ignored it and stayed, and then something really bad happened, and then after the fact you're like, well, that's I guess why I was supposed to go home.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then I find though sometimes that if you ignore it and stay longer, I just start getting really grumpy, and I end up annoying myself, and do you know what I mean? It's like I knew I should have gone, and I'm just so pissed off with myself. It's like I knew I should have gone when I first got that feeling to go, and I never did, and I was just in a mood then for ages. It's just how it is, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I've done that before.
So I don't know what that's about.
I don't know. I mean, it happens.
Yeah. Simon's always grumpy. Only first thing in the morning because I've got to get up and go to work.
Well, Simon would know, since you guys stay in hotels together quite often.
Once. Simon's more grumpy than me. So, we do have another question from Og, our amazing moderator, one of many. So she is asking, Angela, have you ever tried table tipping?
Yes, I've tried that quite a lot in lots of different places. There's one place that we like to go to quite often. It's just a free venue, an outdoor venue. And there's one particular area called, we call it the tunnel. I think it's sort of a ruin, so it's not really much of a tunnel anymore. But we always find that in there, the table sort of goes nuts. And it was sort of,
really?
You only need to have like 3 people on it, maybe 4. And it will just sort of start rocking like that. And then it will get sort of like really side to side. And then I like when it sort of just goes on one leg and you're just sort of chasing it round and round in a circle. And you're sort of running after it. It's really cool. It just sort of goes on its own. He's like, if we let go, it'll probably just carry on. But yeah, I like table.
Yeah, I've never done it. I've done like with the glass on a table, not with a Ouija board, and we defined what's yes, what's no. And it's like I didn't trust the people that I was with. I'm like, look, I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced that we are not moving it. So turn your finger over so that your nail is touching it. So if you try to push the glass, it's just going to slide off it. So there's only 3 of us doing it, and we all did, and it kept moving. I'm like, wow, this is just crazy.
Yeah. So you have to sort of trust the people you're with, I suppose, because otherwise you just moving it. You have to know that they're not.
This was my first my first paranormal investigation while living down south, and I should have trusted them because I worked with them all. And so it wasn't that I didn't trust them. I wasn't 100% convinced that we wasn't doing it.
Yeah.
And it's not even necessarily that they're being untrustworthy and then they're pushing it on purpose. It's often, I feel like, an unconscious thing that you're doing, like a subconscious thing.
It's like when you sat there and you start shaking your leg and you don't realise you're doing it until someone tells you to stop before you chop your leg off.
Or even like the dowsing rods. People swear they're not moving them, but you can see like they're shaking and they don't even realize that they're doing it.
Yeah, there's always an element of doubt, I think, isn't there? Even when it's yourself doing it, you think, am I doing this or not?
Yeah.
I know. But if you ever...
That's why I really like to do like blind dowsing rods if we're doing that, because then you can't see and like subconsciously move it.
Yeah, I haven't tried that. If I wasn't moving, I'd be on it.
I just close my eyes and tip my head down. And I trust myself not to look. Sometimes, I just want to look to see what they're doing, but I don't. And the dowsing rods have never failed me. They may have took a few minutes to kick in and pick up the energy and start doing what you want them to do.
Yeah.
But once you get going, it's like they're off on the road. It's like they've got their own motor.
Yeah.
That's just wow. That's something else completely.
It's
Yeah.
wild when they just start like
So-
spinning around in circles. Have you had that happen yet?
No.
That's crazy because like
How does
they're
it work?
just
What,
going.
what, like helicopters?
Yeah.
You're going to take off?
Mhm.
Helicopters.
No, I haven't seen that. What would that mean? What would that indicate, do you think?
I have no idea, but like sometimes they just start spinning and they won't stop spinning. And I'm like,
wow.
to get them to do that, you'd have to be making a pretty like big motion with your hand.
Yeah, you've got a.
Mhm.
I've tried. Do you know that you have the clackers at a football game? Sorry,
Yeah.
a soccer game. And you do that. That's what you've got. I've tried it. We did it. I said at Rendlesham, there was like 8, 9 of us, and I did it like just to show this is what you have to do to get them to move. You can clearly see your hands are moving,
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
but I think once if you stand like that and then they just move, and I've tried it like tipping at different angles just to because you don't know it's not got a spirit level built into them, but that'd be a good idea. Dowsing rods with spirit levels. There you go.
And that glow in the dark so you can see them in the dark.
Even
Oh,
better.
yeah.
Because that's always fun when we're like in a dark situation and you have to have somebody like holding the flashlight over your head while you're doing them.
Wow.
Yeah.
REM pod dowsing rods.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
You'd set them off by touching them.
No, but you just the tips, the screw-on bits at the end, they'd be the REM pod.
That'd be interesting.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, but if dowsing rods really just you having a conversation with your subconscious?
See, I thought that so many times. Is it just me?
Yeah.
And I'm generating that energy to talk to yourself? Because who was it that was on the other week and they were saying your thoughts are not your own thoughts? Because if it is your own thought, you wouldn't think. It's hard to. If it is your own thought, you wouldn't think it. You wouldn't have to ask yourself this thought. So where do the thoughts come from? Apparently, they don't come from your subconsciousness.
Do they come from collective consciousness?
Well, I've been reading a lot of stuff lately, and they're saying that we are all connected to everything. Also, all consciousness is connected, including like animals, plants, trees, anything that's living. So, because this would make sense as well for like you've got crows. I'm going to use crows because it's the only animal that I know that can do it. That can communicate with other crows that are like halfway across the world within minutes. So they see something, they don't like it, they'll send that message to, say in America, and they'll send a message to crows in Europe. And if they see something like that, then they'll attack it or fly away from it. It's just, I'm just using that as an example. So,
Yeah.
So what?
But with
If,
spirits
what if
too.
our
Like-
So what if our consciousness isn't ours? Like you said, it's a collective.
But like with spirits too, you have a new piece of tech, and once you use it, it starts getting responses in one place. Then they it seems like they know how to use it the next place you go to.
Yeah, true.
Is it on here or it might have been another podcast? Someone was saying that they was having a conversation with someone, and it was, I think it was Vivian when she was on last week, and they was asking questions on an EVP, and whoever they were talking to was telling them how to use the equipment.
Really? Oh, wow.
I was like, that is the most bizarre thing in the paranormal I've ever heard.
Yeah.
It's like, but this is now, I have been thinking it for a while, but with that, what she said was maybe we're not talking to ghosts or spirits. Maybe they're not the spirit of a dead person, or it could be something completely different, and we just have no idea whatsoever because if they're having that conversation, then whoever's answering on the other side clearly knows stuff that they wouldn't normally know, and maybe they're not a spirit. It's just an interdimensional energy.
Yeah.
Who knows?
That's
I don't know. I've listened to
my mind.
Yeah. Sorry.
I've listened to Spirit Box, and like when you don't ask questions or anything, you just kind of hear like snippets of conversation, or even digital seance experience. Like,
yeah,
it sounds like they're just going back and forth having conversations with each other.
Yeah, because when we were sat there and it was going, and we was just chatting amongst ourselves, it was just and that was it. And it wasn't until we interacted, or Ron and Lourdes interacted with it, people were shouting out from the seats as well. It wasn't until that was happening that you was getting a response, and you get a response within less than 2 seconds.
Yeah. Sometimes while you're asking the question, before you even like shut your mouth, it's answered.
As you're asking, it's give you the answer. It's like, how did you know what I was going to say? I forgot about that. That was odd.
Like when we do the human pendulum, if you got the person in the middle, and then we'll say like somebody asks a question, but nobody says anything. That person in the middle moves, and it's like, well, they've heard someone ask a question in their head, they haven't said it out loud. So how do they pick up on that? And then they'll be like moving over there, like, well, the answer's yes, but what's the question?
But then it might, but that might go back to what we were saying before about if our thoughts are not ours. You just get because how many times have you just been doing whatever you're doing and you just get a random thought and you don't know why you thought that?
No.
That's a scary thought.
You can't even see a reason for it either. You don't know why you thought it, but then you don't know how you thought it, and you don't know the purpose of it. It's like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And then sometimes, like weeks later, you go, I remember now. And something's put it there for a reason.
That never happens. I never remember why.
See, I find myself having to explain why to people because my ADHD brain will see like, okay, this, and it reminds me of this, and it reminds me of this, and it reminds me of this. And then I come to like another conclusion. And then I'm like, okay, I need to explain to you how my brain got from A to B because it doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get that. Right, we do have another question for you from Shelley. And she wants to know, has Angela had... Huh?
You just read my mind because I was going to say we have a question.
Has Angela had things fly off shelves at her? Like poltergeist activity?
I have had, not sort of fly at me, but where I'm sat now, there's a bookshelf behind me, and every now and again a book will just fall off. But I don't know if that's just because they're crammed in there and eventually one's going to fall anyway. But there was one, it's about a year ago, I think, I was sat here and I was doing some research about places in the Lake District to go to scatter some of Darren's ashes. And then all of a sudden, I think a book fell off the bookcase behind me. And then I've got a speaker just attached to a pole over here. I don't even know where it's plugged in or anything, but this light started coming on it and it was just lit up. And I don't know how, because I've never seen that light before then or since then. And then I've got a Dalek clock over there and that lit up. And then to the left of me, I've got a little window that goes to the kitchen, and I could hear something flew off the side in the kitchen, and it all kind of happened all at once because I was looking at this stuff, and I just thought, that's Darren saying, yeah, this is what this is what I want you to do. I want you to go here and do this. So that's what I took that as a sign for.
Yeah.
What was the name of the book? Do you remember?
I don't know. I think one time it was one of the kids' books. It was like a fantasy series book, but I don't know the title of it.
Yeah.
I wonder if it has any significance.
Yeah, I didn't think of that at the time.
Did it land flat or did it land open?
Flat.
You remember? Right.
Yeah.
Just wondering if it landed on a specific page.
Yeah, I think if it had, I would have remembered and taken a photo and well, what does this mean? I always think there's meaning to everything. Sometimes there might not be, but
I think more often than not there is, even if you don't necessarily understand the meaning at the time. Maybe it's just for you to like a message for you that, you know, they know that will get through or resonate.
Yeah, as it's like with dreams, a lot of dreams have meanings in them, but unless you write them down and sort of go back to them after a while and go, oh yeah, that's what that meant. Sometimes you're not going to know at the time what it's all about. It's just like a load of nonsense. You go, what are you going on about? But yeah, I think dreams have a lot of meaning to them sometimes.
So have you analysed your dreams? Have you looked into them?
Some of them I have, and sometimes I can see that it will relate to something that's going on in my life or something that's just happened. Yeah. And other times it's like, I have no idea what that's about. That's just too weird. And sometimes my dreams are just that weird that I can't even explain them. I can't describe what's going on. It's just like, you have to see this. I can't say in words what it is.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that.
It's interesting when you have like those really weird dreams and you wake up and you're like, you just feel like off.
Yeah. Or dreams where I've sort of woken up from a dream because I've been crying in the dream. And then when I wake up, I open my eyes and all these tears fall out where I've actually been crying in my sleep and not realised. They're not very nice dreams, those.
No, but I can imagine they're not. Not if you're waking up crying.
Yeah. I'm not sort of sobbing or anything. I just open my eyes and there's tears everywhere.
They're just there. Yeah. Very, very, very strange. Sorry, I'm just
look at our reality through an administrator's eyes. A single mind, seeing, recording, hearing.
That's deep.
Yeah, I mean, if we all come from like a collective consciousness, right?
Yeah.
Who knows?
I know. Big Red.
I like the way that Ron and Mortis explain it.
Yeah.
That whole thing with like the wave. It's like the wave is all part of the ocean, but for a while, the wave is its own thing.
Yeah.
And then it goes back to the ocean.
Yeah, it comes away and then reconnects. But if anyone ever gets the chance to go and see the digital seance experiment, go and watch it because it's something else. It's like they've been on and they spoke about it and Nicole told me about it and loads of other people, and unless you go and witness it and you sit there, because it's real time, it's not like you're listening back to an EVP. They've got all the software, they've got the computer and the laptop and everything set up. It's going through the speakers, he's got the projector, and
it's like a phone conversation.
It's crazy. It's like, you know, when you stick the TV on and it's just on in the background. It's like that, but you interact with it at any point you want.
All right. Oh wow.
And it's just
gonna be there what next week you're seeing them?
2 weeks.
Where's that?
Yeah. Sorry?
Where's that?
It's in Portsmouth Hall in Hinckley. I don't know, is it coming to Leicestershire? It's like 40 minutes away from me. So, but Frankie's not going. He's he can't make it, can he? So I've had to change. So I'm not going for the 4 days now because I was going to share a room with Frankie because he's coming over from the US, but he can't make it because he's got stuff going on at home. Basically, his son's in the police cadets, so he's got to be there for that to like help him and everything going through with his. Is it the graduation, Nicole, or is it like the exams and what have you? But there's just a lot. He's got a lot going on, so unfortunately he can't make it. So I was going to share a room with him, but I'm not going to be able. It's a lot of money to stay at the hotel, so I ain't going to be able to stay at the hotel. But like I said, it's only 40 minutes from my house, so I just go up, go for the day, come back, go back the next day. So
Yeah.
it's not too bad. But Nicole's frozen.
Yeah.
I know. I don't know what's going on. She might have been abducted.
Yeah.
Abducted and turned to stone. Who knows? But yeah, so Ron Iacovetti and Lourdes Gonzalez, they're the ones that it used to be called Staticon, but they've had to change the name, so it's the I don't know, it's called TDSE. It's gone. The digital seance experiment. And it's just, honestly, it's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Oh, look at that. Sounds a bit scary to me.
No, it's just really, it's not weird. It's like they've been on the show and they spoke about it and they've explained it. And it's like, yeah, you kind of get the idea of what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go in a room and you see it happening. It's like watching a 2D cartoon on a black and white TV.
Oh, wow.
And then 10 seconds later, you go to an IMAX cinema and watch it in 3-4D.
Oh, wow.
So it's like them explaining it doesn't do it any justice whatsoever until you're actually there and it's going on. And it's just, wow. It's just fascinating. I've never seen or heard anything else like it, honestly.
Yeah.
Because I was sat at the back. I was knackered, I was jet lagged and all that. And I kept, you can feel yourself nodding off.
Yeah.
I just kept going. And then the male that was talking through the white noise, he kept saying England or English. Then he went, Andy. I'm
Wow.
He's like, oh, don't bring me into this. But then it was like, and everyone just turned and looked at me because I was the only English person there.
Oh.
But it was like, how could it have known like England or English and then my name?
Yeah.
Because there's no input, there's no transmitters. It's like I said, it's a white noise with all the sound. Everything has been removed.
All right.
So there's no interference. It's not transmitting anything coming in. It's just it doesn't work like a radio or two-way radio or anything like that. There's no receivers on it. So it just picks up the noise, but it clears all the static from the white noise. That is the only way that I can explain it. But yeah, if you get chance to go and see it, go. Yeah, definitely worth it.
Okay.
So they're on at the Festival of the Unexplained at Portsmouth Hall in Hinckley, and that is on from the 25th to the 28th of this month. So I think tickets are still available. These are different tickets you can get. You can get. I was going to get I got the weekend ticket, the VIP, and that's all the events. You've got a paranormal investigation during the day. Then you've got a meal and a dance and like party thing at the night. But I'm not going to be able to do all that now.
Yeah.
But I'm not too bothered because I just wanted to go and meet people anyway and just nice to catch up and see people either that I've not met yet or not seen for a while.
Is it a yearly thing?
Yes, it was on last year, but I couldn't get it. We had last year when it was on, I was going to drive up and go and like meet the ones from America, but we had really bad storms around here. I thought I'm not going out in that. It was like the wind and rain was that bad. Honestly, it was awful. It's like I'm not even going to the shop, let alone driving 30 miles. Yeah, so So I had we got a couple of questions. I've got a question for her, but I couldn't remember what it was. I will remember before the end of the show, so don't worry. Right,
Okay.
so this is from Ghost Dragon Investigations, and they want to know what's the best and most unexplainable evidence you've ever got, and that goes to all the panel.
Don't know.
Everybody's thinking right now.
I know what mine is, so.
I remember capturing a partial apparition on a camera once. I don't think I've still got that photo now, but something was sort of just forming, and you can just sort of make out the outline in the top half. And that was like a cemetery of an old abandoned asylum not far from me.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. Yeah, it's probably the best thing that I had.
Yeah.
I'm not very good with EVPs because my hearing is rubbish. So people would play their EVPs and I'm like, I can't hear a thing. So I've given up with those.
Same as me. I can't hear things. I don't see things.
But you know what? That's good, because then if you do hear an EVP, you know it's a good one.
Yeah, every now and again it's like, oh, I heard that. And then it's like amazing. Yeah, but
Sorry, I've just dropped some on the right.
You're dropping.
No, it's just a bit. Right, I thought I'd unplugged my headphones. I'm just having a moment. Don't worry about me. Nicole, what's your best and most unexplainable evidence you've ever got?
I think I would have to go with the shadow figure at the old high school, where you could actually see the shadow figure come up to the window behind the blinds. Like, it blocked out all the light, and it was so solid that we thought it was a real person. And it's not recording because we thought it was a real person, like a real live person.
Have a guess what mine is?
Bench guy.
So it's Bench Guy, and I can cheat because I've got the photos on here. So we'd gone to local cemetery, and this was one of the first times that we went. And it's just a guy sat on a bench, and we're chatting. And there's me and Lacard Matt. There's only us two there, and it was 22nd of April, 3 years ago, so 2022. And I thought it was Matt sat on the bench. I'm doing a live stream. I've got a body cam on, and I'm using my phone to do the stream. And I'm shining my torch. I'm like, well, if it's not Mark, I'm just blinding a complete stranger. And so I go over, and it's like, oh shit, it's not Mark. And so I thought, right, now I've got to explain what I'm doing and why I've just blinded him. So I'm stood about 10 foot away, really pale, but mid to late 20s, and really strong Dutch accent. So I explained to him. I didn't ask, for some reason, I didn't ask what he was doing. And that's one thing that always bugged me since that day. So I was telling her, I apologise and all that. He goes, oh, you make this walk down there. So, all right. Went and found Mark. And he went, which bench? So I pointed to it. He goes, there's no one sat there. He went, well, he just said to me that you've just walked past him. And that's how he knows which way you've gone. So he was recording as he walked past. We checked his phone footage. And as he goes past where the bench was, there's nobody on it. Now, when I was in the live stream, some people could see him, some couldn't see him, some could hear him, some couldn't hear him. So this is what, it's very pixelated, but this is what it looked like. This is his frame from the actual footage. So he had a hoodie on, tracky bottoms, he had his phone in his hand. And like I said, he had a really strong Dutch accent. And then, and it's just like we're talking now. There's nothing interfering, nothing involved. It was just us. That was it. And then watching the footage back, I'm sure it's 13 frames, and this is what it looks like on the video. Now, if you look closely, you can actually see his face behind the orange glow. You can see his eyes lit up. You can see his chin and his mouth and his ear. It's kind of like looking down. It's kind of like looking like that.
Hmm.
And then you can see his hand in front of him as well. But with that glow, that started out as a thin line, and it just got bigger and bigger. So whoever it was, and I was talking to this person, when you listen to the footage back from the GoPro, he sounds like an 80, 90-year-old, proper old man. The headstones, that was near the war graves, the headstones, we checked the names of them, and loads of them were like Eastern European, Czech Republic, well, it weren't Czech Republic then, it was like Yugoslavia and Czechoslovakia and what have you. So, obviously, because it was World War II, Poland, Italy, all around that area. Then I went back, it's months later, and I checked the headstone. There's only 2 that are foreign names that are Czech Republic pilots, and the rest of them are like Anderson, Wilson, Edwards, Adams, all English names. And it's completely different to what it was at the time. And because I had that physical interaction, I was there having the conversation. But when I walked away, before I got to where Mark was, in my head I went, that was the devil.
No.
And that was, I didn't eat, and it wasn't for about another week before we watched the footage back that we noticed a red glow in front of the face. There was nothing to suggest it was anything paranormal. It's like, yeah, we was like, well, where did he go? He's got the main gates into the cemetery, and there's a little gate at the bottom right corner. He would have had to pass us to go to either of them. He wasn't drinking, he wasn't smoking. He was just on his phone. But it just, nothing makes any sense.
No.
So,
You didn't get any sort of weird feeling? Just everything was sort of normal.
So this is the thing. So when I'm talking to him, very, very relaxed. Didn't feel off, didn't feel threatened, nothing like that. It wasn't until I moved away that, and I use this term all the time when I talk about it, that reality kicked in. And that was when it was like, shit, what actually just happened? And it was that moment.
Wow.
And we've been back, we've tried to recreate it with the glow, like the same equipment, different equipment. I'm sat on the bench, different people sat on the bench, and nothing. Can't do it. Cannot replicate it at all.
Wow.
So
We've
weird.
tried it 10, 15 times. We've gone back at the exact same time, like a week, 2 weeks later. Nothing, absolutely not. But we've had loads of weird stuff go on around there.
Yeah. You don't think it could be anything to do with like a time slip with a difference on the graves?
See, that's what I was thinking. Could it be like something that, not rewritten, but like in, have you seen Doctor Strange, where you have all the different, the Flash, where you've got all the different timelines, and each one.
Oh, right, yeah.
So it's similar, but there's certain detail that are different. I think it could have been that. Other than that, I don't know. I honestly do not know.
But now it's infamous.
So, yeah. And I've got a surprise coming as well about that. So, so I've started collecting things to do with the encounters. So I'm going to tilt my camera up. Because I've run out of wall space, so I'm decorating the ceiling. Right? So that is a replica of the Huey helicopter. So when I had that silent helicopter that was flying between the house, it didn't make any sense. I found either the one or the nearest thing to it that resembles it. That is a pterodactyl. It's there. So they're all on the ceiling. What else have I got? I got this delivered today.
Oh,
So I got a UFO. So I've started getting things that I've experienced or encountered, and then I've got a physical form as to what it is, and I can relate a story back to it.
ah,
So I'm starting doing that. So what I've done, I've ordered a load of miniature figures. Sorry, I've just got to reply to a message in the chat. So I've ordered a little bench with a little man sat down and some gravestones. So I'm going to recreate that moment when I seen Bench Guy.
yeah. Little diorama thing.
Yeah. So it's all that. It's just little. Because I was looking at the Lego figures first, and even the copy versions of Lego is so expensive.
Yeah.
So I've just got a few little bits and pieces, but I'm going to I'm getting a 3D printer as well.
Oh,
so then
nice.
you can make your own.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just going to get a little square like that, and then just make what I need to make and put it all together.
Interesting.
Yeah. So rather than writing it down, I think if I've got it, then I know exactly what it is that I need to talk about, because I know what I encountered. So I don't need to, it's not like I might forget a little bit of the memory of it or detail or whatever. But because I know it happened, it's always going to be there.
Yeah. I like that. Better than a photo as well. Photo, you've only got like a small bit of it. Whereas
Exactly.
that you can have a whole scene.
Yeah, and I love collecting stuff, as you've probably gathered. So
Yeah.
yeah. So I don't know if you got any of that, Nicole.
I got none of it because my internet is being.
Oh. So I bought a little bench. I've got a little great headstones. Bought a little bench guy. I've just got to paint his face. He's already got a hoodie on. So when they all get, I'm going to glue it all and paint it and put it all together, and then I'm going to have a little replica of bench guy party. That's it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So we've got another question for you. I didn't even see that pop up. So this is from Og, and she wants to know, Angela, when you got into a building, would you rather know the history of it first or find out after if anything picked up was relevant? So would you go in blind, or would you rather know what went on beforehand?
I like to know a little bit of the history of the actual building, but maybe not so much of what people have already experienced there. Like when people say, oh, you'll see like the white lady on the stairs, or there's a man in the corner that's over there or something. I'd rather know about the building in general, like the history of why it's there and what it was for, but maybe not what people have already experienced there.
Yeah.
So I've got sort of something to go on, but then I'm not just like looking for that lady on the stairs or looking for that man in the corner.
Yeah,
I don't really know what I'm looking for.
Yeah, you've not got a preconception as to what's going to happen when you get there. Yeah, that's why I prefer that. So we're going to ask you the question.
The
Good lead.
question with no trying to sway from Andy. If you could know everything about the paranormal, would you want to know?
Ooh. When you say everything, do you mean absolutely everything there is that could? Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely everything. Yep, what it is, how it works.
Well, all I'm going to say is once you know, you wouldn't really need to go and do a paranormal investigation.
Yes,
you would. Yes,
apparently you would, but I don't think you would.
You know bears exist, but you still want to see one.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of like coming up with my own questions and then trying to find the answers to it myself, or I don't know, it's a tough one. I suppose if there's something that I really can't find the answer to, it's like I need to know this, and then if I know that bit, then I'll be like, okay, now I can look at something else and try and find the answer to that. But
you'd know all that
at once, then
you'd know the connections, you'd know what, where, why, when, and how.
No, it's more fun to try and work it out yourself, I suppose, and try different things, see what works, see what doesn't, and I think otherwise you'd still go investigating, but it wouldn't be so much fun because then you wouldn't be trying to answer the questions. I like trying to
because
reasons.
My take on it is like you go and do an investigation, it's like, well, there's no point asking that question, I can tell you, and then you come across as being a bit of an arsehole, don't you? So like, I'd rather just not
spoil it for everyone else.
So the answer is no, Nicole. Team Andy. So Nicole would want to know.
Okay.
I don't. I am kind of swayed a little bit as to, there would be a lot more questions, and you would, you'd go that little bit, or you go a lot deeper as to why things are happening and what relevance has it got to everyone else. But then I like the not knowing and trying to find out. Like I said earlier, getting it wrong. There's nothing bad about getting it wrong, because like Zeno said before, anyone who thinks they know everything probably doesn't know anything.
Yeah.
So
and then you learn from getting things wrong, don't you?
Yeah.
You just told everything. That's just,
So you get it wrong again, but in a different way. So it doesn't matter.
No.
So I think Nicole is gone because her internet is playing up. It was doing this a couple of weeks ago as well. So, so have you got any investigations coming up that you can talk about? Check me back. I don't know.
I haven't got any booked at the moment, but I am planning on, if the weather's not too bad, just going out and about sort of locally, any sort of free venues like I've got Titchfield Abbey that's not too far from me. I like going there. It's just a beautiful sort of ruin. And what's the other one? Bishop's Waltham Abbey, that's sort of not far from there as well. So I just like going to those sort of places, and with my little camera and maybe a voice recorder, even though I don't usually get EVPs. But I just like to get a feel for the place and see what I can pick up myself with my own senses.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. See, it's like I do like going out investigating, but then you kind of like when we were out on Saturday and we got that light. It could have been anything. I'm not saying it was a UFO, but we don't know what it was. And you kind of like, if you travel quite a distance to go somewhere and spend a lot of time there, and then nothing happens, it's like, is it? In the back of your mind, you think, is this really worth it? It's a lot of time, a lot of effort to continuously get next to nothing. You want that. It's that definitive proof, isn't it, that you want?
Yeah. A lot of the times I find if I have to drive, say, a couple of hours to somewhere, my main focus is on the actual journey, like getting there and not get stuck in traffic and where I'm going to park. And by the time I'm there, it's like, I'm done. And then my brain's not into the whole investigation. It's just, I made it here and that was it.
And then you got to think, I've got to get back yet.
Yeah. If I'm not staying over anywhere, I'm staying in the van, and it's like, oh no, I've got 2 hours to drive home again.
Yeah. But it's like, I'll just put, but the anticipation is always there. Which, it is. But I mean, like, you've been there like 2-3 hours in the investigation and nothing's happening? Are you not sure if what you're picking up is actually anything paranormal? It's like, yeah, it's nice to be out and about and meet up with people and have a chat and have a laugh and all that. But the main reason you go is to get some sort of evidence of paranormal activity.
Yes, something happening.
Yeah, so.
Jack.
Sorry?
Just my son asking where his siblings are. I don't know where they're.
All right.
They're in the house somewhere.
I thought get an EVP then.
No.
No. Nicole's froze again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll take her off until it gets started. Oh, she's gone now anyway.
Yeah.
I can't remember that question I was going to ask you. Oh, are you going to any more conferences this year? I know there's not going to be that many left because we've only got like 3-4 months left to go.
No, I missed the one last weekend. This strange something or other. I can't remember what it's called now. But that looked like a good one. That was like a 3-day thing. Sort of like it was somewhere in the west. Was it? I can't remember. It's somewhere down south, but not near where I am.
Oh, right.
A festival conference thing.
Is that? Oh, I don't know.
Strange Days or something like that. I can't remember now. But that looks like it would have been interesting.
Yes, that the one down near Glastonbury, around that way.
Yeah, that sort of area. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I do know which one you mean. Right, I think Nicole is she's kind of back, but she's not back.
She keeps trying.
I know.
She's not
the energy's not good enough.
No, I don't know what other festivals there are left for the rest of the year.
No, because I just see them keep popping up on Facebook or TikTok or YouTube, and it's like, but I don't see them until it's already started, and it's like, well, by the time you get down, it's going to be over.
Yeah. Oh, is it Parachat? I think it is. It's sort of further up north, something like that.
Parameet.
There's one that's Parachat as well.
Don't know.
I think that's a bit too far for me to go, unless I was already sort of going up that way. But they all just keep sort of popping up all over the place. And I'm like, oh no, I've already got something then, or oh no, that's too far for me to just do it now.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to have I'm going to have an too many A's.
An announcement.
Yeah, that wasn't what she said. At some point in the next week, there's something that's coming up next year.
Welcome to this episode of Andy Tells Us Something Without Actually Telling Us.
But I am going to be doing, shameless plugs. So I'm doing this one, 29th of November, at Mike's Carpets. So it's up in Leeds. It's that. I don't know if it's actually a carpet warehouse, but it's at the Priest Cottage, and then there's a paranormal investigation afterwards. So going to be doing that for the day. And then at this one, this is non-paranormal. So this is for a book launch in London. This is the week after, 6th of December. So anyone interested in going, this is the link for the tickets.
Who's that guy?
Don't know. No idea. I need to remove that. I don't even know why I thought that picture was any good. So so I'm doing that one. So one's the 29th, the next one's the 6th, and then I'm doing Parameet online, the one in January, the one that Neil Packer's doing. So I'm speaking on that on the Friday night. I think it's 9:30 till 10:30.
Okay.
So the times that he sent me for the Saturday and Sunday with like stupid o'clock in the morning or really late at night.
This is true.
Stop picking on me. Yeah, so I do. So I've got them coming up. And also, we are on Saturday night, we are doing the recording for the Halloween special of this.
Ah.
So we're doing the paranormal pizza panel. Everyone is confirmed. Everybody has sent their bio. Everyone has got their pizza ordered and ready. If you don't have a pizza, you're getting booted out of the studio. That's how it's going to work.
What if you have a pizza shaped food?
As long as it looks like pizza, it doesn't matter. I'm
gonna start getting real creative with these pizza parties.
So we're doing we're doing it live, but it's not going out. It's going to stay private. And then I'm going to put it out as a premiere on the 31st of October, and then the next one it's the first Friday of the month every month.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got November and December's are fully booked, so we're going into January now. So if anybody is interested in coming on, all you got to do is talk about the paranormal and eat pizza.
Cool.
That's it. That is it. Nothing
Sounds
else
like
to it. Oh, but you have to buy your own pizza. Yeah. So it's all good. But we've got people coming on from around the world as well, so it's quite exciting.
Nice.
International pizza.
It is. It is. So I'm getting mine from Pizza Hut. I've already decided.
Yeah. Pizza Hut all the way.
Yeah. I don't like Domino's. Just, nah. They're out of the pizza places, not just those two.
There's Tommy's Pizza.
Tommy's Pizza, that's a bit of a trek to go to, though, isn't it? Yeah, we could do. Yeah, you can have if you really want. Where's it gone? Then I said he's out. You wanted human pizza.
Oh, Dahmer.
Yeah. I know. So yeah. So if anyone, Angela, if you want to come on one of those, Paul's on one in. I think he's the one in November.
Oh, cool.
So I'll tell you who's on the November one if you want.
Okay.
So we've got Michael Kopf from Texas, Mike Millward, one of the guys that we meet when we go to Rendlesham, Liam Holmes, who does the Spooky Shed podcast, Paul Howard, not sure who he is, someone from down south, Craig Bryan, who does Paranormal Pendle podcast, Tim Smith, the guy who lives down the road from me, Mark Anderson, part of Scottish Paranormal podcast.
Poor Tim. That's the billing that he gets out of a guy that lives down the road from me.
It's fine. And then
What
the last
else
one.
can he do?
The last one. Tommy Timebender.
Oh, Tommy's coming.
Tommy's coming on. So
Nice.
Oh.
yeah, so that's November's. And the one we're doing on Friday, I have said the names before, but if you didn't listen, you're gonna keep it as a surprise. So
The cashier from Tesco, mailman.
no, the pizza delivery guy, obviously. But I can't believe it how many people were actually interested in coming on.
That's a fun idea.
Like, yeah.
Oh,
So,
I have an idea. Remind me to tell you when we go off air, because I'm not going to tell everybody my idea without telling.
No, someone will steal it. It'll be Big Red or Simon Riley or Baby with a Laser. Definitely going to be one of those.
Idea
Right.
stealers.
Quick last question from Shelley Montgomery, and she wants to know, question for Angela, have you any twins running your family?
I do actually, yeah. My nan was a twin, and she had, I think she had a couple of sets of twins, but only one set survived. And then one of my uncle's children has had twins. So yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Cool. There we go. Just put that out there. You can tell us your idea on Friday. So yes, we are back on Friday. We've got Daniel Lee Barnett coming on. We're going to talk about his documentary. It's called, I should know, but I don't. My Bigfoot Life. And we got to see some of the documentary, didn't we, when we was at the conference?
Yeah.
We got a sneak peek of it, and it is very amazing, to say the least.
It's not just about Bigfoot, is it? It's about like the family and the autism and stuff.
Yeah, just everything about it. It's just, it's a massive. It's just a massive thing, and everyone involved has just done amazing work, and people that weren't really into that kind of stuff, kind of like it brought them out a bit as well. So, but Daniel will tell us all about that on Friday anyway. So that is it. Thank you so much, Angela, for coming on.
Thank you for
having me.
Absolute
legend. Been awesome. So, anything you guys want to add before we wrap this up?
Nope.
Nicole? No?
Nope.
Nothing? Cool.
No,
Right.
good. I'll tell you my ideas off air, and you're not going to tell everybody on Friday. Everybody can find out
I'm
in the Halloween
saying
special.
nothing. Yes. Right, so we're going to knock it on the head. Like I said, we're back on Friday, 8:30 to 9:30.
I can't tell Andy, then everybody will know.
We're only going to do 60 minutes, and then that's going to go out live. That's going to go out to everybody just because of what it's about. So it's not just going to be members chat. It's going to be open to everyone, chat, public, a lot. So then, that's it. And then next Wednesday, we have Abby Dent coming on, and she does Lifting the Veil podcast as well as other stuff. So she got the same intro as what Tim did. So there we go. Hope everyone's happy with that.
That girl lives down the road.
So thank you everyone in the chat. Thank you for your questions. Thank you Og, Chiro Sounds, Midwest, and Nickname for doing the modding. Thank you everyone who listens back on podcast, everyone who listens on Audible. You can listen to it on Spotify, Apple, whatever, Podbean, a lot. So I'm going to boot us off, do the outro, and we'll see you guys in 2 days' time. So have a wonderful 46 hours, and we'll see you then. So take care, everyone, and bye-bye.
This episode will also be available as audio wherever you listen to your podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, etc., as well as being available on Audible. If you would like to help to support the channel, you can do this by joining the YouTube membership or Patreon, which both have a number of different tiers, or you can donate via PayPal. Links are in the channel description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Goodbye.